It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Chargers and the Steelers. All that and more coming up next.
We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. So good to be with you, Mike Tirico and Gregson here. Greg, as we look at this matchup, I'm looking around, hearing this crowd. They're so fired up for this one. What's it like when you come on the road and you've got a hostile environment you need to take care of?
You know, I always liked it. I always thought it added to the element of bringing some energy and bringing some juice, especially in pregame. But once that ball's kicked off, you want to settle this crowd down as fast as you can, especially on offense. Take them out of it. Get them back.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even keel. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
They'll go again with Johnson. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Junior Colson there to make the stop. 3rd and 6. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On 3rd down, Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. It's a gain of 10 yards. That's a Steeler first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
He'll find his big target, Pat Freiermuth. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's A-Rob. A pass taken in by Johnson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Play action now with Rodgers. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Chargers led out by Justin Herbert in his 5th season now, Greg, as the Charger QB, a guy we saw win the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2020.
Last week, when you go back and watch and study this tape, Mike, the problem is at the quarterback position, you need to be a difference maker. Last week, they were trying to overcome his poor performance, and you're just not going to be able to do that week in and week out at this level. Your quarterback has to be a driving force. He has to be a productive player within your system, and when you turn the ball over the way he did last week and not really lead to any points or any real sustained success on offense, that is a hard combination if you expect to win. So they're going to need more production, they're going to need more touchdowns, and they're going to need less turnovers. It's asking a lot. It's a big change from last week, but without it, I don't know if they can expect the results to ever change.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. He'll work forward for a couple. Junior Colson there to make the stop. 2nd down and 8. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Another run here with Johnson. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. From the gun, Rodgers. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So the hope is your 1 3rd down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points, but after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. To throw is Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He's going to air this one out. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's standing right around his own goal line. Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line. The Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. They've got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down to stay ahead of the chains so 3rd down is not so daunting. And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take it over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Herbert keeping it on the zone read. And that's going to be good for a Chargers 1st down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the first down.
Take a look here at those receiving numbers from his game a week ago. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On play action, now Herbert. That's caught by the tight end, Tyler Conklin. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Herbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. He'll take this down inside the 30. With Deshaun Elliott on the tackle. They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. Shotgun now for Herbert. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Just a great individual effort, and when you have a guy that can win his one-on-one matchups, now it becomes less about who's blocking him and how do we block him. Expect the offense to make some adjustments because right now, one-on-one, this defender is going to win every time.
So now, 4th down, and Cameron Dicker is on for the Chargers. This one from 54 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless ball game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The motion man here is Woods. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Rodgers. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive lineman had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
Here's Corliss Waitman now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. The Chargers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll do so with Herbert to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now a give on the ground, and this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Throwing now is Herbert. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down.
Big-time sack there by T.J. Watt, and he certainly picked up right where he led off. Remember last year, Mike, he led the NFL in sacks with 19. He's made a living off making plays in the backfield, and he continues to do so here.
Here's the punter now. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 36. So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. What will the second quarter have in store? And we're back to the Steel City after this. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Rodgers. That's to the outside. He's got Smith.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
On the handoff, it's Johnson. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Junior Colson there to make the stop. 2nd and 7. A give, and here's Johnson. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? They'll try it now with Warren. And he's going to have the Steelers' first down. Oh, they take a chance there on 4th and 1, but it's a gain of 3 and a new set of downs. The master of play action, Rodgers. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On 2nd down, a run with Johnson. And it'll be a pickup of 3, so 3rd down forthcoming. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. A-Rod out of the gun here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
On the return, this is Jalen Reagor. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Chargers offense about ready to take over once more. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once-a-game reminder of just the importance of shore tackling. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up if that initial hit was stronger and he was able to take him down.
Right back to him on first down. Not much to speak of on that one, maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Purple. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They need to get it to the 27. This is third down. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look at him, there's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Steelers' offense headed back to take over once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff to Warren. Warren, first down and more. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense, no gain.
And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. 3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
The Chargers offense ready to take over possession of the football. Our next drive getting ready to start, and we'll let you know what's coming up here later tonight. It is a good one. The Chiefs and Falcons in Atlanta. 2nd primetime appearance for the Falcons in the last 2 weeks. Then on Monday, a doubleheader comes your way. It's the Jags and the Bills in Orchard Park. Both the start time, 7:30 Eastern, followed by the Commanders and Bengals. That kicks off at the usual 8:15 starting time. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another 1st down.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Conklin goes in motion. Now it's Herbert. That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need.
But he tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
Those simple routes over the middle, Mike, well, to the quarterback, they're not always so simple. I'll tell you why. There's a lot of bodies in the middle of the field. There's a lot of traffic. those windows are hard to navigate the ball through safely. So what happens? Well, you saw it there. It's a prime area for throws to be intercepted.
Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Rodgers. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating. You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Here's 1st and 10. Pistol here for Herbert. He connects with Disley. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front, and they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get her in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Third and long. Now Herbert. That's taken in by Conklin, the tight end. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Throwing, Herbert. Now a screen set up for Harris. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Here's Herbert. The open man is Johnston. He's got it. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Now Herbert again. To the left side, catch made by McConkey. 14 yards on that pass play there. 1st down, LA.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Herbert to the air again. Firing downfield for Conklin. Jalen Ramsey, he is tough to throw on. There to bat that one away. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Herbert. That's complete. It's the rookie from Ole Miss. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. And And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Herbert. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. And he will have the first down. So they took a chance on 4th and 2. Didn't get it by much, but they do convert to keep the drive going. Herbert to the air again. Play quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Herbert. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. But instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This from 34 yards. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Chargers will tie this game up here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
1st and 10. Rodgers. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this first half. So, just a pair of field goals in that first half. It is 3-3 at the break, as we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where you see the final score there. Josh Jacobs, well over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run as well. From there, we'll head up to Indy to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Anthony Richardson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Not too much to show you scoring-wise in that first half. Just a couple of field goals make up all the scoring. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to a breakthrough, and things should open up as we move along.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Still in search of our first touchdown of the game. We are tied at 3 as we begin quarter number 3. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Now Herbert. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Conklin goes in motion. Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down, and that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Steelers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. From the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Low-scoring game, all time, 3rd quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Coming free is Conklin.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Up the middle they go. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with him again. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good gain.
They'll stay on the ground. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. A pass taken in by Harris.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
From the gun, it's Herbert. Pass caught right side by Conklin.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again. We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down. Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike, but 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
Austin now to return this. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Steelers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. He's still on his feet, and they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays, and after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
No touchdowns for either side. Maybe we'll get our first here. It's 1st and goal. Play fake. It's Rodgers. That is caught, and he's in. Robert Woods. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Chris Boswell on for the point after. His kick is good, and the Steelers open the lead to 4. It's 10-6. Boswell now following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. This will be returnable for Rager. Now an opening past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Herbert. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The home team's offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. And on this 1st down, it's Johnson. A gain of 16, good enough for a 1st down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the 2nd half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
They keep feeding him. 15 more on the ground. And another 1st down. From the shotgun, it's A-Rob. He's got it at the 3.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers and a lot.
And he'll take it on in. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Steelers. On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it, And the Steelers are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This will be returnable for Rager. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Justin Herbert back out there. He and the Chargers getting set to go once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Now Herbert throwing on 2nd down. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
The Steelers' offense and DK Metcalf getting set for their next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. To throw is Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver. Leads to a real nice run after catch and brings up 1st down.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Again, it's Rodgers. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And that'll set up 4th down. They'll go. It's Johnson. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His 1st NFL touchdown. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This will be returnable for Rager. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. This secondary will get a lot of the credit. 3 picks so far. But, Greg, the pass rush has been relentless as well.
Yeah, I think it's super important, Mike, that we point out just how much the pass rush and then the secondary coverage works together. The more that rush gets home, the faster that ball gets out. We can play certain coverages knowing the timing of the quarterback has to be sped up. So often, the teams that are the most successful in this league, Mike, they have the best understanding. When our back end and our front end are working in unison, man, it puts a lot of pressure on not only the quarterback, but the entire offense.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now this looks like a design run, and nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain 1 additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down.
And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The home team's offense, and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. That's quickly to Freiermuth on the RPO. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. On the ground, it's Johnson. And good hard running will get him down close to a 1st down. Might be a yard short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Johnson. And the Steelers have a 1st and goal forthcoming. He takes this down to the 5-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
That one, take it in, middle of the end zone. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Steelers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And another score puts them in great shape here in the 4th quarter. Greg, looks like they are on their way to 3 games and 3 wins.
And they say the only thing better than being 2-0, Mike, is being 3-0. And barring something unforeseen here down the stretch, they're going to get their 3rd straight victory to start this season. Can't ask for a much better start, and this is going to give them a real good opportunity late in the season to find themselves in pretty good position.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chargers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The ball comes out. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Throwing now is Herbert. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. The open man is Johnston. He's got it.
pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And he's going to have the Chargers, and he's going to have the Jets. Now a play fake. Herbert. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Throwing again, Herbert. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping him short on third down. Brings up fourth, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions. I know it's fourth and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll come up here, first and 10. A run. Here's Harris. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. Herbert keeping it on the zone read. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
He'll go right and find his running back. The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Herbert. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. The Steelers' offense about ready to take over once more. And they are really playing well here to start September, aren't they? On their way to 3-0 as they look to finish this one off. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. They'll go again with Johnson. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. Now a 3rd and 2. Another run here with Johnson. Steelers getting ready to put this one away. Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The Chargers offense. And Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Turn and go, that one good couple. Herbert to throw. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now Herbert again. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Throwing is Herbert on third down. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. Herbert to the air again. That's incomplete. Daring call on fourth down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on downs. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They start with the lead and the fall. They do so with tremendous field position. It's first and 10. The motion man here is Woods. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. They'll run this over the center with Johnson. And he'll bring this inside the 15. That's good enough for the first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On first down, right back to Johnson. And he's inside the 10, pushing forward for a gain of 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.